What is up, everybody? It is Og here, back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the big change that just went live on the TBC beta yesterday. And so if you guys haven't checked out the channel yet, definitely come check out the channel at twitch.tv/Arleus. But yesterday we were grinding through some AOE farms on the Paladin, trying to test out different items, trying to test out speed. We were able to pull off a full SM clear of Armory, Cath, and Library in 11 minutes and 36 seconds, which was pretty wild, using the spell power build that I've been talking about in a couple of my recent videos. But then when I went over to Oldemon to try to start testing Oldemon, the servers went down. And so I went back on to Classic and I was doing some AOE farming, and eventually the servers, after about an hour or two, came back up, and I figured, you know what, this is just some normal maintenance and everything like that. But then Plant in my chat said that there were some big changes that really impacted Paladins, and so I had to go test them myself. And so here you can see me doing the AOE farm of SM. And what I want you to focus on is the random heal effects that I get that fly across the screen. If you guys have been watching the couple past videos, you guys have heard about Demon Forge breastplate, and you guys have heard about skullflame shield. Two items that are going to be imperative to have if you want to be very effective in the pre-patch for AOE farming. They heal for a ton. Demon Forge breastplate heals for 40% of your spell power scaling, and skullflame shield's drain life effect scales at 100% currently. So you could see 784s plus heals going across. You could see 107 plus heal ticks going across. And that's my healing from Skullflame Shield and Demon Forge Breastplate. The 780 is the Skullflame. The 107 or so is the Demon Forge Breastplate. So they're healing for a ton. And you can see here, just from that one little bit alone, I had 16.8k healing. And it is what kept me alive. If I didn't have that healing, I definitely would have died. Well, apparently what they were doing with the beta changes were they were messing with the spell power coefficients of lower rank spells. And so if you didn't know, guys, in TBC, lower rank spells get less of a spell power coefficient. And so I guess they were trying to update it, because I guess it wasn't updated. But in doing so, they also affected the spell power coefficients of these two items. And I'm assuming all kind of drain items like that. So as soon as I found out, and as soon as I could hop back over onto the beta and started running Olda just to pick up a bunch of mobs. No sooner did I get started than we had our first two procs. And you saw that plus 78, and now you're seeing that plus 36. That plus 78 was actually Skullflame Shield. So that same thing that had just healed me for 768, granted I had 2 extra things procced, but it would have healed me for 440, just healed me for 78. And that 36, that was Demon Forge Breastplate, which means that the Demon Forge Breastplate was only healing for 144 and has a base healing of 120, which means my 392 spell power only increased the healing of that item by 24. If you take the math on these two conversions from 78 to 35 and 144 to 120, you find that Skullflame Shield now has a 10.96% spell power coefficient, and Demon Forge Breastplate has a 5% spell power coefficient. Now, like I said, I mean, these numbers are pretty arbitrary. Based on that, it could be rounded to 10. It could be rounding that makes them, have those odd kind of calculations and decimal points or decimal places. But regardless, that is a massive, massive nerf. And you can see that my health is just ticking down here. I'm healing for 2.7k, and the majority of that healing is actually from my Seal of Light. You can see here that the drain life, the dot is the Demon Forge Breastplate, only healed me for 732. And Skullflame really only healed me for about 500. And that includes that first proc that we got while running. So if this actually stays live as is intended, this is going to have a massive impact to Paladin AOE farming in pre-patch. It's going to slow down the pools probably, because you won't be able to take as many mobs, or you're going to have to get pretty creative with how you are able to heal yourself, or you're going to have to run more mitigation sets. And so I've been talking a lot about mitigation versus spell power, and spell power is much, much better for damage output, but we needed the plus healing to be able to keep us alive, because without as much mitigation, we're going to take more damage. And so that plus healing was able to offset it when I'm healing for, 20,000 in one fight, even without bubble and without healing myself. But if there's no plus healing that I'm really getting from Skullflame outside of, you know, plus 36 and plus 78 here and there and Seal of Light, that is going to have a massive, massive impact to how we're able to keep ourselves up in these AOE pools. And it's going to really change a lot of things. So I'm curious if this is intended or not intended. To be honest, I'm very surprised that it happened, and I don't know if it will get fixed or not. I'm hoping it will. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Do you think this is intended? Do you think this is not intended? Do you think it should be fixed? Not fixed? What do you guys think? Also, before I end the video, I want to let you guys know that I will be doing a beta key giveaway today live on stream. So I have 8 beta keys to give away. We're going to be doing it in a trivia style format. I'm going to be streaming probably from 12 Eastern till midnight today. It's going to be a long stream. We're going to be doing Nax GTKPs and beta playing on the Paladin, leveling it up. And so if you guys want to come hang out on the stream, definitely come hang out on the stream and potentially win some beta key giveaways.